The other thing I learned, the other lesson I learned is life is short and you only have one of them. I know everybody knows this, but realizing the impermanence of life is such a important part of gaining control in your life and getting some sense of agency. Understanding that you've only got one life and you might as well live it to the fullest extent is so empowering. On the one hand, it's a little disempowering because you have to realize that we don't have much control over that fact. But you never did anyway, so you might as well accept it and move on. And once you do that, you can take chances that benefit you. You know, so often we cut ourselves short of what we could accomplish in life because we live like we're gonna live forever. We live like we're never gonna die. But the fact is, you are going to die. And the sooner you accept that, the better. I remember I was in my class, one of my first classes at BSU, and the professor wrote this line on the board. And he said, "This is your life." And he broke it up into 8 segments. He said, each one of these is 10 years. On average, you get about 80 years. And he was talking about how as you get older, each day is a smaller percentage of your overall life. And so each day seems like it's going faster and faster as a smaller percentage of your experience. But what I also realize is that, man, that 80 years is so short when you see it on the board. And so I developed this idea in my head of shortening the line between you and something you want so that you take up less of that life that you have left. Short line it. That's my term when I'm thinking about it. You know, don't waste your life. I recommend doing this practice that I learned from a friend of mine. He's a CEO of a nonprofit that I worked for, and he said, take 30 days and write out your goals for your life. He said, buy a legal pad and a pen, set it by your bed, and every night before you go to bed, write out as many goals as you can think of. Big, small, all your life goals. So I did that. I took 30 days and I wrote out all the goals that I have for my life. And at the end of it, I took that list and I put it onto the computer and I prioritize which ones that I want to do first. And some of them I may never get to. Some of them are really big, ridiculously big, some of them. But you know what? I've already accomplished some of those goals. And I don't know if I would have before. So I think it's worth it. That's a practice that I recommend. Know that you're going to die. You only have one life. And you might as well do the things that you want to do. So do them.